All right.
Hello and welcome to the Clint Initiative podcast. What is the Clint Initiative? The Clint Initiative is a multi-phase project to create entertainment here in Minnesota and to distribute that entertainment to the world, starting with this podcast. This podcast is the seed from which everything else will grow. The Clint Initiative is about great music. The Clint Initiative is about great live entertainment. The Clint Initiative is about a sketch show. The Clint Initiative is all about filmed content. If you want to know how to do a podcast, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to do an album, how to find musicians, how to get it recorded, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to create more content over a short period of time, you're listening to the Clint Initiative and we will help you get there. If you are ready to create, if you're ready to talk about creating, if you're ready to be about it and get it done, we want to talk to you. This is the Clint Initiative. My name is Paul and my co-hosts are Katie, Clint, and Jamel. We are the Clint Initiative. If you are interested in creating content, if you're interested in creating movies, music, television, films, short films, and feature films, then we want to talk to you. We want to have you on the show. Email us at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. And now, back to the show.
We are always working to give you a little more. We are always working. Give you a little more. We are always working to give you a little more. We are always working to give you a little more. What are we doing? We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall to see us stick. Come on, what are we doing? Tirala alaped, estamos tirala alaped, tirala alaped, estamos tirala alaped, tirala alaped, estamos tirala alaped, a ver que se pega. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clint Initiative podcast. We've got all of the crew here for today. Clint is going to be out. And before we start the show, I just want to say to all of you folks out there watching, things are moving in the right direction for us and our show, but nothing happens without you. So remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and help us grow. We're now everywhere in podcast land, and we just like to have more people join in on the fun. And now, with that being said, it's time for our co-host check-in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with that old paradigm, and it's going to be ladies first. So, How are you doing today, Katie?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to the weekend. Kid-free.
Labor Day weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so people are headed back to school. People are headed out of town. I'm throwing out the bat signal because always need a little assistance as things go down. And I'm going to throw you on the spot there, Jamel. What do you have to say to the people today?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's a lovely day. No matter what you say, I'm enjoying it. So I hope you are too.
There you go. And even though Clint is not here, just like when Jamel wasn't able to make it, Jamel sent us a little short. Well, Clint sent me a little short, and I thought I'd play it in his stead today.
Want to see what they got there. I heard they got food, which is my favorite thing, clothes and other cultural stuff that they're going to be selling. So you guys follow me.
I don't think he had to tell us food is his favorite
West
thing,
Indian barbecue. So I'm going to check them out over here. Hello, good evening. They call me CG Clint Guerra. I am from the Clint Initiative podcast. So I'm just noticed your sign called the Best West Indian Barbecue.
It's the best barbecue.
So tell us it because it's the best barbecue in the West
The
Indies.
best barbecue is St. Paul.
All right.
Minneapolis.
All right, so I'm going to check you guys later to find out if you're telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I can't lie about no food.
All righty then. We're making a move over there.
See? It's a short takeover today, but it gives us a little bit of that Trinidad flavor. Even with my bad accent, it gives us a little bit of that Trinidad flavor. And I always love this closing here. Give people that, reminder to subscribe and like, comment, and share and all of that stuff. But as we carry on without Clint, we come to our random questions of the day. I know what my random questions are. Did you guys have any random questions you want to throw out there, or you just want to see what I got?
Coming soon.
So, the first question is, clothes shopping, yes or no?
That's
Clothes
a big yes.
shopping.
That's a
And
big
the
yes.
second question, go ahead.
I said that's a big yes.
And the second question, what's going to make our show and what we do with our shows and films successful? In your estimation, what's going to make it successful? So I'm throwing that out there to both of you guys. I'm going to start first with you. Since I said guys, I'm going to start first with you, Jamel.
Which
question are you going to answer?
I'm going to answer both of those. What's going to make our show and how is it going to be successful? And I'm just going to use one word: consistency. Now, going on to the clothes. Clothes is a big thing, especially for actors and models, because it's always a plus when you have in your wardrobe something that you can use on set or something that you can use for a self-tape, something that emulates and relates to the work that you are doing. So yes, shopping for clothes is a must. And if you are self-employed and this is your business, this is your brand, look at it as writing it off on your taxes.
Tax tips along with answering our question of the day. And what are your thoughts on those two questions there, Katie?
I think, well, the first one is to help. I would say promotion is a big thing as well. Like as long as we're, it ties in with Jay's, as long as we're consistent with promotion and also doing things on time and just being on point every time, then I think it will help a lot, especially the shorts. They seem to be helping. And shopping, yes. I also agree with Jay. A lot of the things, especially for modeling, it seems like black is like the best color you can have in your closet, because most of the time that's what they ask you for. Dress in all black if you're going to like a casting and stuff. And then for shows, you never know what they're going to give you. So sometimes you even have to have, the same color undergarments as well for everything. So it is very important. And if you have kids, they're constantly growing. So I just had to do so myself. So I am 100% yes with clothes shopping.
Wow. It seems like we tapped into your muse there. When I mentioned clothes shopping, we just tapped into your muse. For me, I hate clothes shopping with a capital H. I will go clothes shopping once every 5 to 10 years, literally. Most of the clothes and things I have, people bought for me. The only thing I shop for regularly, T-shirts. I love a good T-shirt. Other than that, shopping is not for me. Shopping is not for me. But what's going to help make our show successful
To answer that question, I'm just going to I'm going to throw out a word from our sponsor, Cycle Forward Films. What's going to help make our show more successful are the relationships we develop with other people. For example, Props Metropolis and the other businesses who are in the new space that we're occupying. I'm meeting on Friday with an organization 3,000 strong here in Minnesota that I'm hoping I'll be able to help them actually produce a podcast, because that's what we do here at the show. We want to help build the community and make the community stronger by doing things like helping them do podcasts. And coming up on the 17th of September, one of those collaborations will be happening with Occupy Local. Do either of you remember the Occupy Wall Street movement that happened in 2011?
The
I
movie.
talked to you vaguely.
Yeah, so it started the 17th of September 2011. So on the 17th of September 2011, a friend of mine from Harrisburg wanted to do a podcast, commemorating it and perhaps making it a weekly podcast up until the election in November, to sort of give people a chance to speak out and do what the Occupy movement did back in 2011. So I'm actually going to help with that podcast. It's going to be on the air. The same thing but that's from Harrisburg, but locally I'm hoping that we can get involved with the community here so it can help our show grow and help us produce in the movies that we're making, because that's the one thing about the process of making movies and making content. It takes time, it takes energy,
Patience.
and go ahead.
Patience.
Yeah. By us doing this weekly podcast and helping other people do their podcast, it definitely helps give me the patience to do everything right so that we produce the content that people want to see. So I just wanted to throw out that word from our sponsor before we go on to the next part of the show. And we all know what that next part of the show is, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
What is a show Bible? A show Bible is a document that outlines the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers pitch show Bibles to network executives and production companies in the hopes that it will produce a production agreement. Well, with the Clint Initiative podcast, we do streaming content, we do movies, we do music. So, for our productions, we have a Bible, and that Bible will be previewed here on the show. Yes, it is Bible bracket time, where we have two films duke it out to see who will come out on top. It's a fun thing we do where I pitch a couple of film ideas, we discuss it, and then using our rating system, we decide whether it sticks, whether it needs work, or whether we want to forget about it. Our two films competing this week, the first one is Some Will Hate You, and the second one is Watching Dreams Die. The first film up for us is Some Will Hate You. Always. It's unavoidable, but never let the hater stop you, because some will always hate you. And the second one is Watching Dreams Die. Too many, too often, our dreams, they die because we have other things that take priority. children get born, businesses get started or end. But that never stops us. Even as we watch one dream die, another one pops up to take its place until we get to where we want to be in life. This is a downer week, man. With the haters and the dying dreams, man, I don't even know what's that all about. So what do you think, guys?
In my opinion, they both are tied together.
Yeah,
because when you think about it, some will hate you, and if you let that hate affect you, your dreams will die. Because now you're not moving forward in the direction you want to move in to accomplish those dreams and to be and live the life that you have been chosen to live and that you feel in your heart that you have been meant to live. So yes, I feel like they both go hand in hand.
That's just your 50 cents, right?
Yeah, 50 cent, quarter, dime, whatever you want to call it.
I just want to say, I didn't want to say cents because your words have more, they have more value than just a few cents, Let's go with 50 cents. So what are your thoughts?
Right now, okay.
Okay, what are your thoughts, Katie?
Oh my God. Trying to focus again. No, I agree with Jay. I think they're both so relatable, and the hating is obviously something, Paul, that I'm able to relate and be like, yes, the hating is terrible and it's relatable, but it also means that you're doing the right thing because you're obviously succeeding somewhere that they might have envy over, so you just kind of, okay, I'm doing something right. But the other one, it would be interesting to see, like, the ending, like what happens after the dream dies. What do you do then? Like, what is the next thing? I think there's a lot that we can do with that one. So maybe that one I think is first.
Okay, so
also to add to that, brain just kicked in on me here. Some will hate, and depending on how you receive that message, you can use it as fuel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sometimes the greatest fuel in your tank are your haters. And a perfect example of that is Howard Stern. Howard Stern, his show when he was on the regular terrestrial radio,
Yeah.
his audience was filled with people who hated him because they wanted to see what he would say next that they could complain about and try to get him kicked off the air.
Fuel on the fire, and all that did was help him grow.
All his haters did was make him a millionaire and give him a platform where he still has an audience that sticks by him no matter what. And we're slowly building that same thing. But before we introduce the winner this week, for the people who are just listening, you got to see our winners of the Bible bracket, because we have 21 weeks and we're going to have 21 films that we will be working on. And if you want to get the full effect, you want to check it out on YouTube. And now here are our previous winners from weeks that have gone by. Okay, so let that music move you round and 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 round. And so who is our winner this week, Jamel? Who are you going with? Are you going with Some Will Hate You or Watching Dreams Die?
Some will hate you.
Some will hate you. And now I'm going to put you on the spot there, Katie. Which one are you going with as our winner this week?
It was hard, but I think the dream. I think the dream will die because I just feel like it would be a good ending. I see something in there.
And of course, both of them at some point are going to wind up on people's television screens, especially when we're on Roku and Fire TV, which is just around the corner and coming before you know it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the winner this week, but we never have any losers when we have our Bible bracket. It's just for fun and something to focus our energies. But the winner this week is gonna be Some Will Hate You. And the reason why Some Will Hate You is the winner this week is because it gives me an opportunity to tell all the haters out there and all the people who have things to say in the comments. I welcome you to come on the show to say your things to our face. I look at all the comments and I delete the ones that are negative, because if you aren't willing to come on the show and say it to our face, it's not worth posting as a comment. I want people to comment. I want people to like. I want people to share. But if you denigrate my co-host, if you say things that are patently false, I will delete your comment. I police everything that is on this channel, and the one thing that will not fly is insults or denigrating any of our co-hosts. Some will hate you, but that doesn't mean you can't clap back. And that's all I'm doing right now. Because
that's just adding fuel to the fire to even make it even more successful.
There you go. There you go. And now, I love this part of the show because I get to stop talking, even though we are going to comment on this video. This is it's time for Katie's Spanish flavor. And this week, we really are gonna have flavor. And feel free to come, because this is our react.
Hi, it's your girl Katie from the Clint Initiative Podcast. Hola, es Katie de Clint Initiative Podcast. Buenos días. Quería saludar a todos que acabamos de correr. We just finished our run this morning, so we're ready, pumped to go. I'm just going to do some stretches. And as I'm stretching, quería que estar con nosotros, que estiran conmigo y querían compartir un poquito de información para que sepan. Si están aquí en Mankato, Minnesota, quería enseñarte o hablar de un lugar que se llama Eco Food Shelf, y ese es un lugar en Mankato que ayudan con comida. Si tienes una familia súper grande y necesitas asistente con poquito de comida, vas online al Eco Food Shelf y es un lugar donde firmas algún papeles ahí online, pones tu información, cuánto hay en tu familia, sabes si coges otro asistente del county y te dan comida gratis. Y si te digo gratis, es gratis. Y sabes aquí que el Clint Initiative Podcast estamos aquí para ayudarte, para que escuchan todo el mundo, pero esa es una cosa muy importante. We are a unity, so we should be helping each other. And those English speaking, I was just sharing some information from the Eco Food Shelf here in Mankato. You guys need some assistance. It is a great place to get extra food. I'm sorry. Again, I am getting my air back. But those of you who are watching, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that little information of assistance. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.
And that next time is right now. He's taking us to the kitchen with some real Spanish flavor.
Hi, it's your girl Katie from the Clint Initiative
Comida,
Podcast, showing you some
comida.
Latin flavor. This is a salad that I'm doing today. It is called a beet salad. It's the Ecuadorian salad, ensalada de remolacha. And I am currently
I have
adding
high
some
blood pressure,
sliced
so
carrots.
beet.
These are cooked soft.
Beets help with high blood pressure?
And now I'm working on some beets. They were super, super hot. So I was like trying not to burn myself. But I had just finished boiling them. And I'm adding those in. And then I'm gonna add in some eggs.
People always love
6 eggs. It's more
stuff like that when people are making
they're
dishes.
hard-boiled eggs.
Huevos.
I'm chopping them up into little pieces, and I'm adding them into the bowl. It took me so long because I just didn't want to spill nothing anywhere. And the next thing that I'm going to be adding in is some lime and onions. Those onions are supposed to be sitting in the lime overnight just to suck the
if you
juices
put
in.
it in overnight with the onion and it gets soft, it's better.
It's more according to your liking again.
Oh, I like my onions crunchy.
I already had a little bit salt in the onions as well.
I love
putting in there
crunchy
overnight. And you just
I just have to make sure I buy the right one.
That is your ensalada de
Have you
remolacha.
tried sea salt?
Yeah.
And that was Katie's Spanish flavor for the week. Round of applause. We now have a cooking segment for the show.
Comida.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's good when it's over in the fridge overnight too. It just like when everything soaks up all the juice, it's just better.
Most things are better that way. Like I make
I'm glad
salad.
Clint would have made a comment off of that right there. When juices
Oh, why don't you fill in for him? make a Clintism.
Yeah, we love the juice. Juices in all the right places.
Yeah, so yeah, I wish that we could add a cooking segment to the show. That really was great, Katie. Thank you for bringing that. And I wanted to mention that I'm looking for a new theme song for your show because the music that I was using before, it keeps getting a copyright strike and blocked. So I'm going to rotate through some different songs to see what we can add as a song for your show.
Okay.
Going back to the cooking, someone that we previously had on the show that is going to be the mother of our Holiday High film. Great.
Ah.
Oh, I forgot. That's true.
And there you go. So we're gonna have to make that happen.
Definitely.
Thank you, Jamel. We're gonna have to make that happen.
I'm here to help out.
So now we come to the part of the show where we are going to have moments from the sketch show. But we want to make those moments perfect. So we are not going to release them.
I would say not perfect. I would lean more towards entertaining.
Well, entertaining. We want them to be entertaining, and we definitely want to give folks something where they will be able to use our rating system on it. They will be able to say, hey, that's thick. Or they'll say, hey, that needs work. Or they'll say, hey, let's forget about that.
Like, hey, yeah, just forget about that one. Just forget about
Yeah, let's forget about that one. Yeah. I want to prepare you guys. I want to prepare you all. I want to prepare you, team. because next week I'm going to have an improv for us to power up. And we're going to have to activate our improv powers next week. So I'm throwing that out there now so that you know, so that when I pop it on you after we do Jamel's Jam next week, because that's what's coming up next week is Jamel's Jam. Now, what's going to make all of this possible is going to be our founders and our inner circle. When I came up with this idea, I was listening to Minnesota Public Radio. And you know that with public radio and public television, they're always asking for money. They always have those times where they go out to the audience and the audience responds. I believe that if we give our audience the entertainment, if we give our audience the incentive, they will contribute and help us grow. So because the show was born from Minnesota Public Radio, I just wanted to use what Minnesota Public Radio does. How did I come up with the idea for the show, Jamel?
I wonder if the Mill City Singers have anything to do with that.
Absolutely. J.D. Steele and his Mill City Singers. They are a professional choir here in Minnesota where you do not have to audition. All you got to do is show up, and you are part of the Mill City Singers. They perform all over Minnesota, and that gave me the idea to start the Clint Initiative podcast. And with the help of our founders and our inner circle, and our early adapters and people that contribute to the show, we will be able to do every production we want to do. Now that we're in our own space, we're going to do that anyway. But with your support, it just helps us do everything a little faster. And Katie, I was wondering, what are some of the ways that people can support our show?
The Patreon initiative and the KOFI Initiative, which we already had 2, awesome, and the GoFundMe Initiative.
Right. People can support us on GoFundMe. The Patreon initiative is really great, and we got another person who joined our Patreon initiative. So we're up to 4 people who are members of our Patreon initiative at this point, which is absolutely fantastic. And the Patreon is free. Joining is free. So you can join, help our numbers grow. And if you like what we do one day and you decide to be like our early adapters, our founders, our 2 founders that we have right now, we have Devin and we have Joe. Those are our 2 founders that we mention all the time, and that could be you as well. You could be a founder or a part of our inner circle, and we will just talk up a storm about you. So I'm hoping that
in a good way.
What was that? What was that, Jamal?
I said in a good way. In a good way.
In a good way. You know, we're not haters. So if you decide you want to support us in any of the ways we have here, we have our Patreon initiative, our KOFI Initiative, which is spelled KOFI. Links are in our YouTube page, and links are also available in our podcast space. Wherever you listen to our podcast, just go into the description, and the link is there for you to help support us and help us grow so that we can create quality input, quality entertainment for you, streaming, music, and films, which is my primary focus, films. I really am more focused now than ever before on our films.
Is that what your spidey senses are doing right now?
Okay, my spidey senses have been taken over by Batman. Da, 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 Batman.
The Dark Knight.
And I know that my co-hosts know that that means it is time for us to give our final word as we end the show. And it's Ladies' Day. So we're going to go to Katie first. What are your final words to our audience?
Thank you for watching. A todos que están viendo, gracias por estar con nosotros hoy. And just keep moving forward. Don't let nothing stop you. Stay strong and positive, and have a good rest of your afternoon.
Absolutely fantastic. And Jamel, what do you have to say to all the millions out there listening to us today?
What I have to say is thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, as you can see what's going on down here below. And if you ever want to be on our show, live or even pre-recorded, how can they reach us, Paul?
They can drop us an email at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com. And that way they can come on the show and jibber jabber with us, and we can all just have a lot more fun, especially on days like this when we're a man down. It would be great to have someone else come on.
My last words are...
Your last word. Okay, what's your last word, man?
Don't let people put us in a difficult position to be what they want us to be. Instead, let's relax and let go. Because the easiest thing to do in this world is to be ourselves.
Absolutely. And that's the one thing that I excel at, just being me. I spent a lot of years not knowing that and not figuring that out. And once I figured out I needed to be me, I just felt a lot better. And I think that when you feel good in life, you are successful in life, because there are many successful people who don't feel all that good. They wind up going on stages and... Go ahead, Jamel.
It raises your energy and your vibration, yeah?
So you don't run up on stage and smack anybody. Next time on the Clint Initiative podcast, we are going to hopefully be showing you guys or showing everyone a little bit of par 365. We have a golf outing that we can do pretty much at any time, because hey, when it gets cold in Minnesota, which it does pretty quickly and pretty often, we'll have a place inside where we can go, where we can actually show off our skills with a golf club. In addition to that, we're still going to try to do those poolside conversations. We tried this last week and it didn't quite work out. I had to make a command decision, but we talked about it enough. We really do need to make that happen. Of course, we have the Occupy movement that's coming up, and that podcast is going to be starting the 17th of September, and I'm going to put up a promotional video for that we can watch on the show. And the last thing I want to leave everybody with is that we are here to help creative people create and to nurture an environment where all you have to do is show up. Come as you are. Be who you are. And we will all soar. And that has been another great segment of the Clint Initiative podcast. Thank you all for tuning in.
And to help out Clint, since he's not here, we want to get you well, brother. Big up, big up, big up.
Yeah, Clint, man, I hope things get better with you, and I hope that you're feeling better. And with that, with those good words to our man Clint, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. There we